Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting edition. It's Manga Night here on Omnibros Live on a Thursday evening. Welcome everybody. It's your boy Gio here, still petitioning for that freaking Inhumans omnibus. Please, somebody make it already so I can take that screen name off. And I am joined by Willie Dustis.
Willie Dustis right here. We got a Wonder Man omnibus coming.
That is, Wonder Man before the Inhumans. Oh yeah, yay!
I put this on Twitter. Anyone that's in here that's on Twitter, and of course, since I don't usually talk about these things, Twitter doesn't put it out there. Like it doesn't push it as much. But I mentioned the Wonder Man omnibus coming, and it's like, okay, well, this makes sense. How it usually is for they put something out in the marketing window for like a show or movie or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But they labeled it Volume 1. And the material, the Wonder Man focused material after all of the stuff in this first volume, which is basically just like bits and pieces from Avengers titles that he was part of.
Yeah.
Around that time, from his inception onward. The Volume 2 would be written, the series, his only ongoing series was written by Gerard Jones.
Oh, yeah.
And Gio knows what I'm talking about. If you're watching and you don't know what I'm talking about, Gerard Jones is currently in prison, serving. I think he's 2 years in or something to a 6-year sentence for possession of CP.
Yeah, you can Google it or check his Wikipedia page. It'll let you know.
And you'll see on there, like even afterwards, after he gets out, like he still is going to be on like probation or whatever. I forget exactly what words they used and stuff. So like he's serving time for this right now, and it's just like I don't know if Marvel is gonna want to. It made me scratch my head, and like I retweeted one of Omar's from Near Mint Conditions Twitter where he announced it, and someone had commented, and I don't know if that someone is watching. If you are, then I'm not picking on you or anything, but someone commented about like, well, DC did the Batgirl omnibus with like Cameron Stewart, and Omar said the difference there is like Cameron Stewart's not in prison.
Yeah, the crimes there are totally different.
Jesus Christ. Very different. I'm not saying that like one is okay and one's not, obviously, between what one did and the other, but like the current situation, like Cameron Stewart was not in prison, is not in prison. Gerard Jones is, and he's still serving for years. So I don't know, like if they do a Volume 2, if they'll arrange it some way, like Omar suggested, like if they contractually do it to where any proceeds get sent to a donation, like donated to a certain fund or whatever. Anyway, what a great way to start the show.
Oh yeah.
If you and this does relate to manga because Gerard Jones was not a translator, but like an adapter for a lot of manga in the 90s.
Yep.
And his translation or his adaptation of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z are still used widely by Viz for every single release of this franchise except the 3-in-1s. The 3-in-1s use a different translation. So the singles, the box set single, the Viz Bigs, even the color editions, they all use Gerard Jones. He also did Pokemon. I think he did Ranma 1/2.
Yeah.
He did Basara, if I'm not mistaken. So he's got his name is on a lot of old stuff. And the Pokemon Adventures Collectors Editions, though, at the very least, don't use his adaptation, or they don't name him in the adaptation.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. We've got a lot to talk about tonight. That doesn't have to do with this guy.
Yeah. Speaking of a good time, let me remind you guys that this show is sponsored by the fine folks at In Stock Trades. IST, as we like to say, your home for all things collected editions. You can get your omnibus, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, and manga. We're going to talk about a lot of manga tonight and so much more, up to 50% off. If you make an order of $50 or more, you get free shipping, fantastic customer service, wonderful packaging. That's InStockTrades.com, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. Shout out to them. We just gave a $50 gift card not too long ago, this past Monday. We're going to do it again at the end of November. So if you guys want to win that, you got to stay tuned. on the last week of the show of the on the last week of the month. Sorry,
The last show ever.
the last show ever for November 2022. So yeah, go check out IST. You can get some sweet deals. Hey, a lot of websites still don't have Blade of the Immortal Deluxe Edition Hardcover Volume 7, but you can be a smart buyer and get it right now at IST for $28.99. That's where I got my copy. I'm pretty sure Riley as well.
I've had my. I haven't read it. I
I
still haven't
haven't
read it, but I have it, and it's sitting on my pile right now, waiting to be read. I still haven't read volume 6 either. I have read up through volume 5, so don't worry. It's not like I'm sitting here not reading Blade of the Immortal. Like, I'm currently, I've got 2 of them there waiting to be read. They often will also have the Berserk Deluxe editions early, like anything Dark Horse. There's a decent chance that they'll have it before like Right Stuff, because since Dark Horse is a comic publisher and not only manga, like that the direct market release date is usually ahead of the book market release date.
Yeah.
But it's not always true. There was one point where Berserk came out like 2 or 3 weeks later than what it was. Speaking of Berserk, than when it was available on Right Stuff. That is the final volume of material by Miura himself.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh my God, there's a quote from a magazine called Grimdark. I didn't know there's a magazine called Grimdark. So that's a pretty notable release.
I'm conflicted. Even though I'm getting the hardcovers, I think I'll get this book because what I've been doing is I've been gifting my smaller editions to a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
So he has, I think he's still missing like 6 of mine that I have to give him. So if I'm gonna keep doing that, I might as well buy 41 for him and gift it to him.
Yeah, I went ahead and I decided, because I had 1 through 40 and I sold 1 through 40 all at once, like after a few of the hardcovers had come out, because I just didn't want to take up all the space. But I decided, since like we don't know how long it's going to be until 14 comes out, like we know 13 was solicited,
Mm-hmm.
but there's no idea of, like, for volume 14, are they going to do volumes 40 and 41? Are they going to wait for volume 42 to come out? Because they could do it to where like they just do 40 and 41 and then maybe like the guidebook or something, so that there's a split at that point where like 15 and on would be the material that's not by Miura himself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's still up in the air. And so with that and not knowing how long it's going to be until 14 comes out, I decided I'll go ahead and get this and then also grab a copy of 40 again and have those with the guidebook and my other Miura paperbacks to sit next to the hardcovers.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So yeah, go check them out, guys. Instar Trades, proud sponsor of this YouTube channel. We love them, and I know you guys as well. So go there and buy some books.
I need to get the numbers from the spooky code and see how well that did.
That's right. We did the code for spooky.
We can get.
Thank you, Baz Read Books. I appreciate that. I take pride in my segues. Sometimes they don't work, but I try to have fun either way.
I love when you do a segue when like Colleen's on, because Colleen always reacts.
Oh, that's my shtick. I love getting a reaction out of people when
like,
they least expect it.
Like I know how it goes, and like sometimes I'll react if it's a really like off the wall segue. Like,
yeah,
they're not as familiar, and so it's always fun to see the reaction.
Don't we have the same problem with Genshin? And I am so disappointed that instead of adapting manga manga that have never gotten an adaptation, they go with that again. I don't want to.
I don't think that any situation about this in Japan is comparable to the same type of situation in the US because of how lax they are in Japan. I'm not trying to say, like, again, like, not trying to say something's better than the other, but like,
yeah,
the idea, like I don't think that publishers or production companies in Japan are as like, it's not as much of a moral quandary for them when there's that type of thing involved as it is here. I mean, you can see the just alone the fact that I said Jones is serving a 6-year sentence right now, where Watsky was I think it was like a 3,000 USD fine or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Something stupidly small, especially for someone that has as much money as he does.
Yeah. It's a shame because the animation for that new Kenshin show looks interesting, but I'm not gonna watch it. I got time for that. There are better things out there. Let's see. So before we do the previews, let's talk real quick about Seven Seas because they surprised the heck out of everyone online by dropping some announcements. In particular, one book that a lot of people have been hoping would get licensed. You see it every friggin' time, no matter the publisher. How about this title? And it doesn't get mentioned. It finally did, and everybody lost their minds. So let's go by that real quick. Here we go. I'm doing it in order. The first one here, I'm going to go by real quick, is The Knight Captain is the New Princess to Be. This is by Yasuko Yamaru. It's a shoujo rom-com tale about a dashing royal bodyguard pretending to be engaged to her childhood friend, the prince, but is their fake betrothal really just an act to him. The Knight Captain is the New Princess to Be, Volume 1, comes out in August in single volumes, so regular-sized editions. Here's the cover for that. Looking pretty cute, I guess, or nice.
I think there was a picture of the like knight. It was like a kind of romantic picture, and one of them was wearing armor, like holding the other's hands or something like that, and it was kind of funny. But it sounds cute. Looks like fun.
Yeah. Seven Seas got Life with an Ordinary Guy Who Reincarnated into a Total Fantasy Knockout. This got an anime, but I don't think I saw it. By Yu Surusaki and Shin Ikezawa. This comedic isekai tale, gender-bending hijinks ensue when two best buds wind up in a fantasy world together, which inspired the 2022 anime. Yeah, I skipped the show on that one because it's an isekai, and I've had enough of isekais lately.
Even she has had enough of the isekais.
Because every season they pack like 3 or 4 of them in. I'm like, I can't do this, guys. They're not that great. But I don't know what to think of this one. The first volume comes out in September of next year for $13.99. Life with an Ordinary Guy Who Reincarnated into a Total Fantasy Knockout. And here's the cover for that.
It looks like Maze Hughes in the back.
Yes, and she looks like I don't know, like a character you would see in like another comedic thing, like Oreimo or something like that. I don't know. Looks kind of weird. But now I'm curious. Hold on, give me a second. When the hell did this air? Because I watch all the seasonal stuff.
Maybe it's like not yet aired or something.
Let me check on my Annie list. If you're on Annie list, you can follow me, or we can geek them. You can chat with me there. I don't know. Life with an Ordinary Guy. Come on now. Life with an Ordinary Guy Reincarnated into a Total Fantasy Knockout. When did this air? Wow, at the start of 2022. No wonder I skipped it. Okay.
Long ago.
So winter of this year. Cool. The next one is Cat on the Hero's Lap, another cat manga. This one is by Kosuke Iijima and Shiori. This hilarious fantasy adventure tale, will the hero triumph against the evil demon lord or face defeat because he can't fight with a cat on his lap? The first volume comes out in November of next year, so a full year we got to wait for this one for $15 in single large trim editions. And here's the cover for that, looking pretty cute. So this is essentially another Garfield manga because it's a tabby. He's fat and he looks pretty lazy because he's sleeping there, and he can't. I don't know. This looks inspired by Garfield, probably.
It's Heathcliff inspired, actually.
Oh, that yeah, yeah. And the other announcement.
The big one,
No,
or
not yet, not yet. One more. Soada and the House of Monsters. This actually looks cool. I want to check it out.
Oh, they did 5 this week.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought they were 4.
This one snuck in. I saw this and the big one, and then I went back and read all the others. This is the excuse me. This is done by Hidenori Yamaji in this delightful and intricately illustrated fantasy tale. A girl who was raised to fight monsters starts building cozy homes for them instead. Soada and the House of Monsters Volume 1 will be released in October of next year for $16 in large trim editions. I want to check this out. Looks pretty wholesome, and I like the art. Looks cool. I could see this getting a 12-episode anime pretty easily. And the big one.
The big one.
Seven Seas. Finally, or well, not finally, because nobody knew who was going to license the book, but they finally announced Homunculus is getting a North American release. And it will be in omnibus format. Seven Seas is thrilled to announce the license acquisition of the manga series Homunculus by Hideo Yamamoto. This hit supernatural horror tale inspired the live-action film on Netflix and will be available in English for the first time in oversized omnibus editions. If you guys don't know, Nakoshi Suzumu is living out of his car between spending his days with the homeless and his nights in his vehicle. He has little to his name, but not so little that he'll agree to be the subject of a scientific experiment. An unnerving medical student is stalking him and offering to pay Nakoshi a significant sum to test trepanation, the ability to draw out a sixth sense by drilling into the skull. Nakoshi refuses. When Nakoshi's beloved car is towed, though, he finally agrees to cash and the operating table. At first, the experiment seems to bear no fruit, and Nakoshi's life is unchanged. That is, until he realizes his vision has warped in his left eye, showing him the twisted homunculus inside every human. So these will be 2-in-1s, collecting the entire series in 5 omnibus editions, starting next summer on June 2023 for $27.99. What do we think about that?
I think James Abel knows that I'm excited about that.
I think we're all going to be grabbing that.
So I think a week maybe before this, a week before they announced it or so, I saw that it was Irvea, the Spanish publisher, had licensed it, and they made an announcement for it. And I'm sitting there like scratching my chin. I'm like, I wonder if like that would have any bearing on whether we could get it. And I did not like, I don't know. I didn't have any expectation that like within the next week, Seven Seas would drop this announcement, but they did, and I'm very surprised. And they're giving it a good treatment. The oversized 2-in-1 omnis, like they do good work with those oversized omnis. And it's not going to be too thick that the people who complain about the ones that are too thick get upset. Because it's only 2-in-1.
Yeah. I'm not going to get rid of my self-print copies. There you go.
So this is cool. Another thing, I can almost 100% say this, so this was published in Weekly Big Comic Spirits from Shogakukan. It is one of only 2 series that have come from that magazine that are published in English by a publisher outside of either Viz or Dark Horse. The only other one outside of the series going to Viz or Dark Horse, or have been from Viz or Dark Horse, was one title that was published by Comics One, but they've been defunct for like well over a decade.
Yeah.
And that's the only one. So the only reason I bring that up is because I don't know if that means that Seven Seas has formed a like people from them have started forming a relationship, because the relationships matter a lot when it comes to licenses. The relationships that English publishers form with license holders matter a lot towards them being able to get stuff. And I'm wondering if this could potentially lead towards more from Big Comic Spirits, which that magazine has a lot of stuff that is pretty notable.
Yeah.
Just things that we haven't gotten yet that people might be interested in would be Jagan, would be Takemitsu Samurai, the Taiyo Matsumoto series.
Okay, I didn't know that was from published with them. Cool. I'd get that.
Both Happy and Yawara from Naoki Urasawa was in that magazine.
Nice.
And I thought there was another one that I had on this list that was really cool. But anyway, those are just off this quick list of notable series that are in the magazine. Oh, there's the stuff that is currently in the magazine as well. I think there's Awashi. Awashi is from that magazine, and I thought there was another one that was notable. It's currently ongoing that we don't have, but whatever. So there's a good amount of stuff, basically, is the point.
Yeah.
Yes, Dance Dancer is another one. So cool. I don't want to like provide any false hope, but I'm crossing my fingers that this means that some of these titles could possibly wind up getting picked up in the near future by Seven Seas, since they're forming these relationships. It's been so long that like we've gone without stuff like Happy and Yawara. Like, even though Viz has published everything else by Naoki Urasawa, it doesn't mean that Seven Seas couldn't hop in and take the glory from them and start publishing the missing books.
That would be insane, and I'm looking forward to that. Hey, James. There we go. That's the correct line of thinking. If only Seven Seas would license the Metroid manga, I would buy like 10 copies of that. Let's go. Isn't the series 15 volumes? I thought it was 11 or 12. Correct me if I'm wrong. For Homunculus.
I think it is 15, but
is it 15? Well, then one of the volumes will be like triple sized. Then I don't know.
Yeah. But it said 5 volumes, right?
Yeah, they're gonna do 5 omnibus editions. At least the first volume will be 1 and 2, or 2 and 1.
Maybe they're saying that both Omnibus 1 and Omnibus 2, containing the first 6 volumes, are going to be out in the whenever, in June.
Oh, I see what you mean. Homunculus Volume 1 and 2 will be released for the first time, with the entire series available in 5 large trim omnibus paperbacks. Okay. Huh. We'll see. Yeah.
I guess when the pre-order hits on like Amazon, and 2015 edition is 10 volumes, so I guess they're running it off the 2015 edition, which means that, I mean, it'd still be about the same. It's like 3 volumes per, so it should be about 600 pages per omnibus.
Okay, cool. I guess we're all gonna get Homunculus next June.
Hey.
Yeah, 6 months from now, or not 6 months. 8 months from now.
Yay.
Okay, so that's that. And for the previews, since we're already a week into November, I can't list off Right Stuff because that first week is already in stock on their website, so we can't show it unless I would have to go dig book by book, which I'm not going to do. However, Previews has our backs because they have the list here. that we can use. Let me scroll down. Kind of a deja vu since I opened this on Monday. Here it is.
Avengers versus X-Men Omnibus.
Oh yeah, that's from one of the best mangaka of all time. Here we go. A
So
Galaxy Next Door Volume 3.
Gonna have some non-manga mixed in here, like the Anne of Green Gables.
Yeah. Attack on Titan Final Season Box Set Part 2. Ayakashi Triangle Volume 1. Blue Box, which is you can get at in-stock trades for $7. It's 30% off.
Got my Ayakashi Triangle 1 today.
Nice.
Yay.
Classroom of Elite, or of the Elite, sorry, Volume 4. Demon Girl Next Door, Volume 6. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, Volume 13. Elusive Samurai, Volume 3. Ex Yakuza and Stray Kitten, Volume 1. This is a pretty notable release. Hayao Miyazaki's Shuna's Journey.
I read that last night.
Nice, nice. A lot of people are excited to own that. Ice Blade Sorcerer Shall Rule the World, Volume 2. I Am Not Meat, Get Your Filthy Paws Off Me, Volume 2, which there you go, you're showing it now.
I'm currently reading Volume 2. It has a hippo lady in it, and hippos are the scariest animal, bar none, in Africa. Yeah, Ayakashi Triangle depressed me, and this is one of the only times that I'm like buying something out of just because I'm like it was in Weekly Shonen Jump,
because it's part of the line. Yeah,
and I'm like, God damn it. But I will. It's the artist? I can't remember the name off the top of my head because I'm about to say Ken Akamatsu because that's the art, but that's the artist of Love Hina. But the artist is the same as Black Cat and stuff, and I really enjoy Black Cat. So,
yeah. Sexy Tale of Ninja Exorcist. Yeah. All right. That. Ghost Ship, which is 7 Seas. It's just not my night. Fallen Vampire Queen, Volume 2. I remember the first book had the Morrigan Darkstalkers type vampire chick. So I wonder if it's still good. If anybody's reading that series, let me know because I like the cover for the first volume. King's Beast, Volume 8 from Viz Media, as well as Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, Volume 4. No Longer Human, completed edition Omnibus Thingamajig.
I got that one today, too.
Noragami Omnibus, Volume 2.
I got that one today, too.
One Punch Man, Volume 24. Oh, and I forgot, Natsume's Book of Friends, Volume 27.
I got those two like a week ago.
Nice. Digital manga. Only the Flower Knows, Volume 2. Kodansha Orient, Volume 10.
I got that one today, too, and I already read it.
Nice. Nope, not this, not that. Let's see if I'm missing anything. 7 Seas put out Savior's Book Cafe, Story in Another World, Volume 4. Skip Beat, Volume 47. We were talking about that last Thursday.
The One Piece of Shoujo.
Over here, nothing over there. Nope. No. Ease Press. Villains Are Destined to Die, Volume 1.
I was told that it's Eyes by the publisher, so
it's okay.
I was like, what? That doesn't. But they told me it's Eyes, like eyes.
Yeah, that's kind of odd, but yeah, let's go with that. And Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs, Volume 21. So more sexy time with ghosts. Cool.
It is in the ghost ship.
That's appropriate. Let's go over here. to Right Stuff, which has all the pictures. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second here. Oh, I haven't done this in a while. I forgot I can do the big thumbnails. That's better for this show. I don't have to zoom in. Okay.
Ooh, big old thumbnail.
Yeah. Supposed kid from the last dungeon boonies moved to a starter town, volume 6. That was a pretty funny series. I like the art. Love and Lies, the Lilina ending. Love and Lies, volume 12. Kaiju Shidai and Pozuka Demizu, Beyond the Promised Neverland.
I got that today and just read it.
Is that like one shots, or is that an art book? What is that?
It's a short story collection of like 5 different short stories. Only one of them is related to the Promised Neverland.
Okay.
And it's very like don't pick this up thinking like I'm gonna get this really great like coda to the Promised Neverland.
No.
It's like 20 pages and it's barely related. It's just like the kids going off. If you haven't read it, it's the kids going off and like fulfilling dreams that they had back when they were in the home or whatever.
Okay. First box set of the night. Rent a Girlfriend box set 1, which should have the first 6, if I'm not mistaken. Probably should have waited for this instead of getting the single volumes, but what are you going to do?
And it's Rent a Girlfriend is finally ending the manga.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. I'm not a hater like a bunch of people online. I know it's not the best series as well, but I dig it. It makes me laugh, so I enjoy it. But yeah, it's gone on for way too long. Blue Period, Volume 10. I gotta admit, to this day, I still confuse the blue manga. I know this is about painting, but when I see this, I think, is this the one about soccer? Because of the word blue in it. So for a brief second, I fool myself, and I'm thinking, like, which blue is it? But it is the one with the artsy people.
Well, then there's Blue Box and stuff that we just looked at a second ago.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to see like on my little shelf on the side here. I think the only blue I have is Blue Period with me right now.
Yeah, I have read Blue Box, and I do watch. I'm watching Blue Lock.
And then there's Blue Exorcist.
There's Blue Exorcist.
Blue
There's
Ride. Blue Flag.
What's the one with the saxophone?
Blue shit.
Blue Giant, Blue.
Yeah, Blue Giant. There's another. Oh, I have Monotone Blue on the shelf next to me.
Oh man, you could fill out a full shelf of those series just to and call it the blue shelf, the blue section.
I've got the blues, like those old Kraft mac and cheese commercials. I've got the blues.
Here is the 7 Deadly Sins, 4 Nights of the Apocalypse, Volume 5, and Namikawa-san Won't Take a Licking, Volume 2.
Who's licking who?
That's a good question. There's a dolphin in the back. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty far away, but that's interesting. And she's jumping just next to the dolphin. Yeah.
Are we getting Hard-Boiled Cop and Dolphin?
No, I wish. That was such a good series.
Go Loser Ranger.
Go Loser Ranger from Negi Haruba.
That's
Volume 1.
Creator of what? Quintessential Quintuplets?
Yes, sir. Quintessential Quintuplets. So this is a Super Sentai comedy. Wait a minute. Did I just feature Love and Lies? What happened?
It's got 2 endings.
Oh my god! Really?
Yeah, it's.
And the cover's different.
I don't know the series. I don't read it. I don't know anything about it. But I did the same thing. And I was looking through. I was like, wait, what? And it's not the first series that's done that, where like it'll have 2 volumes that give 2 different endings. I'm guessing it's like whoever the character ends up with.
Yeah. So you can choose your own ending.
Someone else is going to correct me and be like, no, that's not what it is. Actually, it's parallel universes where the main character is either going to save Lilina or save Misaki from a terrible fate.
So on this one, she has pinkish hair, which is cute, and this one's dark hair, which is also cute, and different hand. Or
They've
same
got the red string of
hand,
destiny,
fate.
the fate string, yeah. So
Cool. Okay. Shaman King Omnibus Volume 11 finally coming out.
this is notable because this collects volume 33, and this is the first time that volume 33 has been available in English.
Awesome.
That was the series ended in Shonen Jump after 32 volumes. Takei then brought back, I think the last volumes were published in the Kanzenban editions, or as he called them, the Kangzang Bang.
I love that name.
Kangzang Bang editions is what they called them.
Namikawa-san is a GL where the girls just lick each other. That seems not that sanitary. If they're just licking each other, you know. Is Shaman King any good? I know the anime isn't that well received compared to the manga. I like it. I just think for me at least, it goes a little too much on the tropes with the Shonen Jump stuff. You know, or not Shonen Jump. Sorry, the battle tournament stuff, where I just got a little bit bored by it.
It is like mostly tournament,
yeah,
because that's the biggest. Like the first several short arcs, it's like introducing you to all the main players basically. And then beyond that, like most of the series is like a giant, because what's it called? The shaman, the
world
shaman. I don't know. Someone's gonna say it, but it is largely a tournament. But I loved it. I read it back when it was coming out in English when I was in like high school, and I don't remember why, but all of us. I think okay. This is a very specific memory. I went to visit my friend who's a year older than me. He was already in college, so I was doing college visits because I was being forced to. So I went to visit him at his school. He was in classes though, so I couldn't really do anything. So I just stayed in his room, and he's like, "You can play around on my computer." So I read the scans for all of Shaman King while I was there, like from the point that I was all the way into the end of the series.
Wow.
Which at that time, volumes 33, 34, and 35 had not yet been released. So 32 was the end of the series. I binged the hell out of it. I really like it. It's got clever, character designs. It's fun. It's got a lot of action. But if you're not into like tournament stuff and very like standard, very standard shonen tropes, then you might enjoy it. I have a whole video review of the whole series on my channel that I did. I have 2 videos about Shaman King. One of them was from a while. It was like when they first announced that it was coming back, that it was getting republished. I made a video about it because I was already going to do a review video and talk about it. And then I did a comparison of like the Shonen Jump version versus the Kodansha version. So I have 2 Shaman King related videos on my channel.
The tournament is called the Shaman Fight.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
And I forgot it because
I love the diversity in that series with the characters, like you said. It's just watching the new rebooted anime. I remember like, oh, this has like a lot of tournament fighting. I like that stuff, but the whole last bit, it's like one giant tournament, obviously, and I just got a little bit put off by it. But it's still fun. I would recommend it. Shaman King versus Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I would say Yu-Gi-Oh is the superior one.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh wins against most things, in my opinion.
Orient Volume 11 is also coming out.
2 volumes a month. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And they're both available. Like I said, I read Volume 10 today. Volume 11 I have in the mail on.
I was just gonna check. Like, is this in stock? And yeah, okay.
Yeah, they did it. They did it. The mad lads did it.
Cool. Something's Wrong with Us. Volume 11, and Sayonara Football Farewell, My Dear Kramer, Volume 13. It's a cool cover. Oh boy, oh boy.
Gio, I think it's the end of the line.
Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai, Volume 5. There are no solicits for 6 unless they're going to wait it out and see what happens. I don't want to say it. I don't want
Someone
to jinx it, but it
someone
could be the end.
commented on my I tweeted about it earlier.
Yeah.
And I didn't get anything from Viz or whomever. I'm not
I
gonna.
don't want to tag them because I know they don't care for like random people tagging stuff because
Yeah.
that's not a priority. So I'm like, I'm not going to bother with that.
I'm not gonna reach out to like my Viz contacts because like they don't know, like they just work in marketing, right? So like it's not like they're gonna really know. And also like I don't want to bother them and be like, hey man, like what's up? Can you tell me about Dragon Quest? They're gonna be like, no, dude, go away. I have work to do. But like I posted it and someone commented on the post and said that when it was first announced, they mentioned that it was just the first arc. And I didn't confirm, I didn't go back to confirm that. I didn't go back and check their announcements from I think it was last summer's announcements or last spring or whatever that they did that. Whatever it was, I did not go back to confirm it.
That is very odd.
That's what someone said, was like they only said they were doing the first arc of the series, and their guess and mine as well in that would be that like they did that so they could, because it's a bigger series, it's a a classic shonen title, it's not a modern one. They didn't know if it was going to do well, if it was going to sell, so they only committed to the first arc.
Weaklings.
And
the whole thing.
Guess it didn't. I don't know. It didn't probably sell well enough, and now we might not get the rest of it. So we have to buy every copy, Gio. It's our duty. We have to buy every copy, or else we'll never get. You know what sucks though is like it's the same team behind Beat the Vandal Buster, and those guys already had that series discontinued by Viz years ago. That was one of the first casualties that Viz in the Shonen Jump line, and I'm still bitter about that.
Damn.
And now we're sitting here like their series that put those guys on the map.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, we're only getting the first 5, like literally a fifth of the series. That's just the first 5 out of 25 of those books.
Yeah, it's such. It sucks because the anime finally ended this month or last month. Sorry, and the hype is there. The people were watching the show. There's a video game coming up adapting the manga and the anime, the 2020 reboot. So there is interest for that. Hopefully they come back to it and do another. Fingers crossed, they do another 5 books next year and they announce it. I don't know.
Yeah, I really do hope so. I'm in the same boat as you, and just seeing that, like, I was like to my like group chat, I'm like, y'all, I need a hug. Someone hold me. I'm not okay. Like, this is depressing. Like it has been over a decade since they've dropped a series, and I know they didn't technically drop it, but like it's been over a decade that I know of since Viz has left something unfinished, except for Act Age, but that was a very specific reason.
Oh yeah.
Aside from Act Age, like I can't think of anything else that they've done this with, and I'm like, wow, it's been so long since this has happened. Like they usually pay so much careful attention to the jump line, and this is like the first misstep they've had with the jump line in so long, in my opinion.
Let's see what happens. I'm optimistic. We'll see. Moving on to funner things, we got Fly Me to the Moon, Volume 14. That's a fun little rom-com. Love Nest, Volume 2, and Mao, Volume 8.
That was fun.
Pokemon Mao. It wouldn't surprise me if it gets an anime.
Yeah,
Because
should pretty soon.
Yashahime came out. Urusei Yatsura is out. They could probably make an anime out of it. Pokemon Journeys Volume 4. I like that we have two of the starters, but not the grass gorilla monkey.
He's right there in the to his
Oh,
arm.
sorry, yeah, but I mean like final
Oh,
evolution.
well, he's too big. He's too scary for a kid's manga.
Grookey, whatever the name is. What's his final? What's the final name of the monkey?
Don't remember. I have
Drum Brolo Gorilla Bro Drum.
But yeah, he's got the drums, right?
Final evolution is Rillaboom.
Boom,
He's a grass gorilla. That's all you guys need to know.
boom, gorilla.
Punch Out Volume 7 is coming out. Oh, look at that. Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle. I thought that was over. Volume 19.
Can you go down for a second? I'm taking notes because I go down again. Okay. Love Nest was Volume 2. Never mind. Yeah. I thought it was another Volume 1. I've been so lazy since I dropped my tour the other day. I haven't done all my notes for my video that I was supposed to have out already.
Oh, for the buyer's guide that you did?
Yeah, so I was like, I'm going to use tonight to take notes so that it makes it slightly easier for me when I go film.
Of course. Yeah. Let's see. Punch Up. They're buying underwear. That's cool. Sleepy Princess. I love the covers for Sleepy Princess. They're so much fun. Sleepy Princess and the Demon Castle, Volume 19 is coming out. World Trigger, Volume 24. Didn't know that was still ongoing.
It was on hiatus for a while.
Wow. Tokyo Aliens, Volume 1. And I'll Never Be Your Crown Princess, Volume 2.
Never.
Oh, here we go. Though I am an inept villainous, Tale of the Butterfly Rat Body Swap in the Maiden Court, Volume 1. Wow. Though I am an inept villainous,
Butterfly Rat
Body Swap
in the Maiden Court.
Oh, that's a long ass title. What the hell?
Definitely one of the longer ones. Also one of the more nonsensical ones.
Yeah. Like there's a disconnect between inept villainous and then Tale of the Butterfly Rat Body Swap in the Maiden Court.
Oh, I am an inept villainous. What? That was like the beginning of a statement, and then and then the second part is describing like Tale of the Butterfly Rat Body. So like a butterfly and a rat swapped bodies in the Maiden Court.
Like the Ash trading the Beedrill. What was it? And the cruise ship. What did he trade? It was it Butterfree for Beedrill? And then he got it back? I don't know.
That was so long ago. I forgot about that episode. I just know Bye Butterfree.
Ash trades his Butterfree for a gentleman's Raticate, but later trades it back. What a dumbass. Oh my god.
And then he has to let Butterfree go anyway.
He clearly did not give a shit about the freaking Butterfree.
I love how like that show, like for a good amount of his Pokemon, like he's like, you know, very careful with them. He cares for them. They follow him around, all that stuff. But then he has like 40 Tauros that he's just
10.
Yeah, he's 10, but you know, like those 10-year-olds in the Pokemon world are mature. Like they let them go out there and just like fend for themselves. Like
look at Joey with the
Rattata,
yeah.
He's Rattata. What kind of 10-year-old in our world would go around and like be like, I don't know, articulate enough to take care of themselves? Like where is he sleeping every night? I know in some cases, I think he's intense with like his travel partners, but like honestly though, like I can barely book a hotel for myself and I'm 32. Like how is Ash taking care of himself at 10. Like,
And eating, making sure he's eating well every
right,
day. Like, does he
like
have money to pick up lunch
Brock,
and dinner?
Brock always with the donuts, the jelly
The
donuts.
jelly donuts.
Yeah, that's like he's 10, but he's 10 in like dog years or something.
Oh yeah, but that trade, going back to that real quick, a freaking Raticate. Who the hell wants an overgrown rat? Like, no, thank you. That's gross.
I think like was he just excited at the thought of doing a trade? Like he'd never
I
done a
think
trade.
so.
He's like, oh my
Probably.
gosh. God, I would have been felt so betrayed if I was Butterfree. I would have been like, fuck you, dude. Like that's why they had to say bye bye Butterfree, because that
Yeah.
Butterfree is like, you have no loyalty to me whatsoever, Ash. Like, I'm out of here.
Uh,
I hope that your Charizard like fucking stomps on you.
oh man. I know Ratcatcher from DC. I don't like Ratcatcher. I don't like rats. I don't like mice. Sorry. Nope, not a fan. Um, the hero life of a self-proclaimed mediocre demon, Volume 7. Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest, Volume 11,
Man, how long
and
is that?
that's still going. I think we talk about it nonstop on this show.
I'm always confused.
I thought it was a one shot. I thought it was like one or two chapters, but holy crap!
it uh it's 12 volumes still ongoing in Japan.
Oh my god! Well, there you go. If you still haven't had enough of Fairy Tale, get 100 Years Quest. Another thing coming out is Psychopaths, Inspector Shinya Kogami, Volume 5.
Volume 13 is coming out next week in Japan of
Wow.
Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest.
Well, that's pretty cool that they're almost caught up.
Yeah.
Miss Miyazen would love to get closer to you, Volume 2.
That one's pretty cute. I read the first volume a couple weeks ago, and it's like similar in format to like Komi or Kubo, where it's like short chapters, like romantic comedy type thing.
Yeah.
But it's very heavy in the like kind of misunderstanding, just they like each other, but they don't get it. He's like a former delinquent, and he has a crush on her. She's just a normal girl in class. She has a crush on him, knows that he's a delinquent, and like that's kind of part like she likes him anyway. And there's scenes where like she tries to do things like familiarize herself with like delinquent movies and stuff, so that like she thinks that he'll think she's cool, but he thinks that she won't like him because of the delinquent stuff, so he tries to tone it down and stuff. So it's kind of like just fun, just misunderstandings and stuff between them. I would say I don't like it as much as Komi, but I like it more than Kubo after just the first volume.
Does that qualify as a, what do they call it, the 4 coma thing?
No, because
Not
it's not 4 panel. It's just short like
Oh, okay, gotcha.
like 10-page chapters instead of 20-page chapters.
Okay, I could see this getting a show and being moderately successful. There's a lot of these comedic series that you mentioned. They do really well animated because of the voice acting. They bring to life all the jokes and stuff.
And I'm gonna say also one of the things that I think is in common with this Komi and Kubo is that they are mostly, I'm not gonna say 100%, but they're mostly very wholesome. Like they don't have a lot of fan servicey stuff in them. Like they'll have a little bit like I don't think Colleen's watching right now, but we were laughing a lot about one of the covers of Komi because she's like stacked, like she's like bent over and her butt is like huge, and it's just hilarious because it's like such a place. But there's other characters in that series that are a little bit, a little bit less than PG, and the same like Kubo. I read like 3 volumes the other day, because I had needed to catch up on it. And there's at least one scene in there where she was like, egging the dude on with like, she's like talking. I think he pointed out that she's wearing tights or like hose or whatever. And she was like, "Oh, you've been staring at my legs," and like then it's kind of like a central position or whatever. And this one, I don't recall any even slightly suggestive stuff in the first volume. I could be wrong because I'm dumb and forgetful sometimes, but I don't think it had anything, and that's something that I like because like it's not pushing so hard and heavy with the fan service and whatnot, so you can appreciate it just being cute and wholesome without being like, oh, and also there's boobs in your face all the time. On the other hand, avant-garde Yumeko, there's penises in your face the whole time.
If you're wondering what's this about, it's a girl that is obsessed with dicks, and she wants to draw them and is fascinated by it, but not in a sexual way. More about like curiosity of something foreign, and you want to study it and find the artistry in it. She's kind of a numbskull, but it's not played like a sexual pervy, or not pervy. It's not played like a sexual manga. It's a one shot from Shuzoshimi. I don't like the art on this one, but I thought it was pretty funny that it would be about male genitalia.
It's like a polar opposite companion to Devil Ecstasy.
Exactly.
Because like the dude there is like afraid of boobs. She's like intrigued by weenies.
Yeah, she's never seen one. Apparently has no internet, and she's going to study up on it. And
Does she actually have no internet, or are you just?
I don't know. I'm making it up. But at no point do they reference technology like a computer or anything. You would think.
Let me go on Wikipedia and search penis.
Yeah, you could look at it from an anatomical point of view. There are websites for that. But yeah, if you are collecting Shuzoshimi stories, get this. It is a short story again. Don't expect a full length thing. It's all right. Not one of my favorites. The cover is cool though.
It's getting us close to a full bibliography.
Yes.
Like at this point, there's only a few one shots, and are we moving into the next week?
Yeah. Let me switch the page.
Was at the end of the 9th.
Now we're moving. I'm still seeing stuff that's in stock, so I think it's the second and third week. We're moving now to November. November 8 and 15. Hold on, give me a second.
But yeah, of Oshimi's work, for those keeping up, it's the most that we don't have is like a few one shot, like short story, like 50-page one shots. And then there's a what's it called, Drifting Net Cafe, which is like 7 volumes, and that
one's pretty popular because it had a live action adaptation.
And that's the biggest thing of his that we don't have yet.
Let me check his thing real quick.
And then aside from that,
we don't have
Midnight Paranoia Star
Lily, which was his last one shot that he released with Porn Star.
Yeah, and we do have Miss Kusakabe and Walt. Those were the ones that were released by Denpa's magazines.
Yeah. Sweet Poolside is getting a release soon, next year, I think.
And it's Yutai Nova. I don't think we have that one.
We don't. Yeah. So Superfly, which is a really pervy one shot. That one's about sex, straight up.
That I think it's in the avant-garde Yumeko. It wasn't in the Japanese collection though.
Okay.
So I would imagine that.
So we're pretty close to getting all of Oshimi collected. That's cool.
I think like that it'll happen too, because it seems like between Kodansha and Denpa that they seem pretty focused on it.
Yeah. Moving on to other stuff that's coming out. Might as well cheat. I got transported to another world where I can live my wildest dreams, Volume 4.
And then the aftermath of that is I Can't Believe I Slept With You.
Volume 3. I Can't Believe I Slept With You. My Next Life as a Villainess Side Story on the Verge of Doom, Volume 3. So this is a spin-off from My Next Life as a Villainess. That's the original is pretty cute. I like it. I like the anime for it. Tamamo-chan's a Fox, Volume 6. It's a comedy
Literally Fox.
with a fox lady thingamajig.
Fox Lady Comedy.
Free Life Fantasy Online, Immortal Princess, Volume 2. And the most notorious talker runs the world's greatest clan, Volume 3. Hey, Miss Kobayashi. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Kana's Daily Life, Volume 10. This has been going on for 10 volumes. Wow. Okay, cool. Cool Kyosinja. Cool Kyosinja. There you go. It's a tongue twister of a name.
Kyosin. Yeah.
Yeah. The next one here is My Repair Skill Became a Versatile Cheat, so I think I'll open a shop, Volume 2. He should hook up with this guy over here. Might as well cheat. I got transported to another world. Should do a team up. Only the Flower Knows, Volume 2. A Mame Coordinate or MAME, like the video game emulator. Mame Coordinate, Volume 4. Farming in Another World, Volume 7. And this thing, what the hell? Beast Code. This is straight out of 1998.
That looks like a how to draw a manga book.
Oh my goodness. Or the Crazy Human University anime that I told you about.
Well, the like green fluffy dragon looks like a rip-off Pokemon that you would see in those types of magazines specifically.
Or a what was the website that people used in the 2000s?
Neopets.
Neopets. There you go.
Yeah, that's a Neopet right there. Straight up. Neopets are still a thing though, dude. Like it's still going.
Wow.
There's still a community. When I was at Comic-Con, there was a booth, like a Neopets booth. They were selling like Neopets dolls and cards and shit.
Wow. That's cool. I mean, good for them. I'm not interested. I never played it. I knew about it back in the day, but good for them that they're still active.
Unicorn on there as well. Every character looks like they're from a different series.
Like a collage of different.
Yeah,
things.
it's like that's part of what makes it. God, my forehead's shiny. That's part of what makes it look like one of those how to draw books, because it's like they always have like your typical girl and your like shonen boy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All mixed together in one place. The evil scientist villain in the back. The only thing he's missing is glasses, so you can
with the reflecting, the reflection on the eyeglasses. The Solitary Gourmet manga omnibus hardcover is coming out from Judo Taniguchi and Masayuki Kuzumi. Highly recommend that one.
Are we still on the 9th, by the way?
15th.
15th. Okay. I wonder, is this like the beginning of, was Beast Code? Is that on the
14th somehow?
Okay.
And the rest says in stock. So let me check real quick. Farming Life is supposed to come out in November 9th.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so now we're moving to the third week. Afro Samurai Volume 1, the new printing. Berserk. See, this is why you got to check out In Stock Trades. You don't want to wait until the 15th. Get that sucker now on In Stock Trades for $8. Berserk Volume 41. It's already out at our sponsor's website.
Yeah, we already talked about it. God,
yeah.
Get on top of this stuff, right stuff.
The Seven Deadly Sins Omnibus Volume 6. I do need to get this.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I feel like they were releasing like almost monthly at some point, and now it's like a few months.
Yep. As a reincarnated aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skill to rise in the world. Volume 1. Cool. Good for him. Failed Princesses, Volume 6. Fire Force, Volume 29, moving closer to the finale. Attack on Titan Omnibus, Volume 7. This one has Volumes 19, 20, and 21. This one is, wow, look at the title on this one. I was reincarnated as the seventh prince so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability.
Even more amusing is when they fit all of it onto the spine.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Super small font. Eden Zero, Volume 19. The Great Yahi will not be defeated. This is fun. This one's pretty funny. I do like it. Watch the show if you're interested. Watch the show. If you like the show, you'll probably dig the manga. Volume 4 of that, and Sino Alice, Volume 2.
That I read the first. I think it's based on the mobile game. I read the first volume, and like it starts off just like fucking balls to the wall, like violence and stuff. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, it does have a parental advisory. Is this
I
by
think-
Square Enix?
Yeah, I think this is the one where like she dreams she's in a world with a bunch of like basically like fairy tale characters, and she has to compete to get out or something like that. I don't know, but it just started off, and I was like, God damn.
Yeah, looks like that type of series. Two big ones that I'm excited for: Asadora Volume 6 and Beastars Volume 21.
Just one more. Ooh, did you see that Beast Complex Volume 3 got solicited for English release?
Yeah, on the one of the catalogs, right?
Yeah, next summer.
Nice, nice. By the Grace of the Gods, Volume 6. This is another isekai, but it's actually pretty wholesome. I do recommend checking it out if you want something slower paced and cute. Mashal, Magic and Muscles, Volume 9.
Not an isekai, but I do recommend it.
Yeah, that one's getting an anime next year, so it should blow up a bit once the show starts.
I hope it does succeed quite a bit because it's such a fun series.
Orochi from Kazuo Umezu,
Volume 3
Volume 3 hardcover.
out of 4, so it's almost done. Requiem of the Rose King is also almost done.
Volume 16 of Requiem of the Rose King.
Let me check when that ends.
Oh, there we go. My man. Rooster Fighter, Volume 2.
17 for Rose King.
Nice. The little baby chick on Rooster Fighter, he is pretty cute, and the story is pretty sad. What happens to the chick, but he looks up to the rooster, Keiji. Keiji? Yeah, Keiji. And you also get introduced to another important character in this series, in this Volume 2. Highly recommend it if you want action parody goodness.
That was
Zom,
a fun time.
Psalm 100, Bucket List of the Dead, Volume 8. Is this close to wrapping up, or is it still going?
I think it's still going right now in Japan. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure.
They're writing a dinosaur, the T-Rex. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's still going. It's got 11 volumes right now in Japan. So they're getting close to caught up, at least. So the release schedule will slow down.
Did I tell you that I interacted with the mangaka for Rooster Fighter on Twitter?
You did not.
I was just having fun posting, like, who would win in a fight? KG from Rooster Fighter or Gon from Gon, the dinosaur? And the mangaka liked my tweet. I don't remember if he typed anything or not, but I'm like, oh, you're the dude that writes the manga. Oh, awesome. So he has a big following in, I think it's Spain. So I see him, I started following him, and he started tweeting out stuff in Spanish. I'm like, oh, okay. Shu Sakura Tani. Good for you. Canis, Dear Mr. Rain, second edition.
This is part of it's Dear Mr. Rain, Dear Hatter, and then there's one more. I don't remember what the title is that comes after. It's like a ongoing series of BL manga stuff.
Nice. Futari Escape.
Are we still on
Volume
the third week, 15th?
1. Yes, we're still on the third week. Witch Hat, Volume 10 is coming out.
Always great.
And, I felt really nice because I gifted that to my cousin's daughter. She's into manga now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was I was at Walmart. I'm like, I should get her something because they were over here last summer for vacation. And I looked at the book section. I'm like, I think she'll like Witch Hat. So I picked out volume 1, and she was super excited to start reading it. So I felt
Nice.
proud.
Very nice.
Yeah. Rent a Really Shy Girlfriend, volume 3. She was my favorite character from Rent a Girlfriend, but I'm starting to lean towards one of the other girls. So don't let these characters know about that.
Uh-oh.
Yep. What's her name? I can't remember names. Sorry, guys. Let me look it up. I'm derailing the show again. And the reason is because of the voice actors. The women voicing these characters are great. And the hell, here it is. Sumi, the one in the cover, she's voiced by Rie Takahashi. She's one of my all-time favorite seiyus. But I really like Ruka Sarashina. I think she's my favorite of the girls in this manga. Anyways, that's a topic for another day. Seven Seas. The Seven Deadly Sins, Four Nights of the Apocalypse, Volume 6. Going Super Saiyan over there with the Frieza helmet. And as a reincarnated aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skill to rise in the world, Volume 2. So we're getting 2 volumes in the month of November. Yuri Is My Job, Volume 10. And An Older Guy's VR First Love. What the hell is this about? I want to check this out. Is it really about VR? It says here, Naoki is an older guy, 40 years old to be exact, lives a mundane single life in the real world, but enjoys venturing into the VR world as a female avatar. One day in the VR world, he meets a young, happy-go-lucky girl named Honami, whom he slowly becomes attracted to. But who is the real Honami, and what will become of their relationship? I hope it's not creepy. I'm kind of interested in checking it out because I am a big fan of VR. I do have a MetaQuest, so I enjoy that. No, it's not Mommy-chan. Sorry. No. Akashic Records Bastard Magic Instructor, Volume 15. And The Tale of the Outcast, Volume 6. This is Screwed Up, but I was reincarnated as a girl in another world, Volume 4. There's a lot of gender bending and reincarnation going on in these isekai. What the hell? I mean, good for them, but Trapped in a Dating Sim, The World of Otome Games is Tough for Mobs, Volume 6. So these are the 2 famous tropes right now in anime and manga. The isekai and the otome games. But they're still an isekai. So. The Weakest Tamer began a journey to pick up trash, Volume 2. Have you read Volume 1 by any chance?
I didn't pick that one up.
I really like the colors. I love that shade of blue. Kind of want to see what that's about. And speaking of trash, do you like Big Girls, Volume 5? This is straight up almost a hentai manga because I read a couple chapters of it. I was not aware. I thought it was going to be mostly ecchi stuff, and it is not. It's just like when they start doing the deed, it's heavily censored, so it doesn't go into the hentai territory, but it's almost there. Just a heads up if you're interested in this one. Ari Fureta, From Commonplace to World's Strongest Zero, Volume 7. And Hinamatsuri, Volume 17 from One Piece Books. Guyabano, Holiday, from Panpanya. And hey, we were talking about Shuzo Shimi. We got another book, Inside Mari, Volume 9.
It's still on the 15th.
No, apologies. We're now on the 22nd.
As of Guyabano Holiday.
Yes. Rakuda Laughs. I think we talked about this last month, right? Or in September?
Yeah, it's been delayed a couple times. I mean, just like all of these are Denpa books, by the way.
And Under Ninja has been delayed a few times as well.
Under Ninja was originally supposed to come out last December, so but it is out because they had copies. Denpa had copies that they were sending to or they were selling through Twitter, and I've seen it. Like people had their copies in hand that they were tweeting. So it's only a short matter of time before it's available from retailers.
The two of them are pretty much like this. That's a very odd title. The two of them are pretty much like this. That could apply to us right now. Cool. Volume 2. And Coffee Moon, Volume 1. Coffee.
I don't know what that's about, but I did get a copy sent to me from Yen Press.
Of Coffee Moon?
Yeah, they sent me all the new Volume 1s, and I haven't gotten to check it out or anything. But trying to read the first chapter.
Yo, it sounds amazing. That's right up my alley. The description is very bare bones, but I am vibing with this description. Pieta, a normal girl, leads a normal, uneventful life in a world of constant black rain. As the rain pours down, like it always does, she takes her usual route to school and has a pleasant conversation with her friend Denai. That's all I got here. But it is a slice of life supernatural manga. So I am super excited about that. I really want to check it out. Let's see if there's more to Coffee Moon.
I had this is just funny, and I want to say it. I had a comment on my tour video that just came up right now, and I don't give a fuck. I deleted it, like, because I'll delete comments if I want. But the guy said that I'm uninteresting because obviously, like, I'm just buying like full sets of books without any intent of reading them because all the spines, you can tell, have not been touched. And I'm like, I don't know what you're looking at, but I have some pretty like ratty looking books because I've read them multiple times.
Also, you take care of your books as well.
I do. Like, I try to take care of my books. I will tell you that in my experience, the books that get the most easily damaged are always Dark Horse. They like if you look through all my Dark Horse books, Drifters, Trigun especially, because those are the ones that I've had since like they came out. Those books are like they crack, like the spine on the edges, like it flakes.
Mm-hmm.
They look worn, but like I don't know what that dude was looking at. But also that's why I put my intro, or not my intro, but like the FAQ at the beginning of each of my tour videos, because I get fools like that who try to say that to me, and then like I say in there like, this is how much I've read, this is how long I've been collecting, like to dispel that kind of stuff. So I delete it because I'm like, obviously the guy just skipped past what I said and didn't give a shit. Like,
yeah,
anyone who knows me for a second knows that like I read my shit and I don't buy anything without the intent to read it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't pay attention to that, but it is pretty funny.
I wanted to share it because I like laughed and I deleted the comment because I'm like,
bitch, please.
Whatever, man.
No.
Like,
yeah,
I don't want to like let that stay and then them just kind of like get more people repeating the same stuff on their thing.
Yeah, you got an assignment though. going back to this, since you're getting volume 1, you got to let me know if you like it, because I'm looking at the art and I love it so far, and I want to read it.
I will. I'll try to read the first chapter before I talk about it in my video, but I will show I'll show it on screen. I'm pretty sure it's oversized. Also, it's a nice oversized artwork and stuff.
Love it. Looks pretty interesting. Kamen Rider Kuga, Volume 1 from Titan Comics. This is the second of their brand new manga acquisitions. The first one was the Mighty Atom prequel, Atom the Beginning, or whatever it's called. So if you like Kamen Rider, get this.
Of course, Titan is also doing the Conan Omnibus.
Conan books. Yep.
They're taking over from Marvel, and they even got Marvel's editor Corey Settlemyer is doing the editing on the new Conan Omnis from them. And I don't really care because I don't collect the Conan line. Yeah. But for people who do, that's huge because like they're continuing from where Marvel left off, and they're going to have the same trade dress and everything. And we got the final Attack on Titan Colossal Edition.
Finally, when did the first one come out?
I don't remember. It's been a long time. But originally, this was solicited with a cover, I think, with the Cart Titan on it.
I think so. Yes.
And I remember when they did that, and I was like, "Really? That's what you're going to end it on? Like the last volume is going to have the freaking Cart Titan on?"
So if you guys don't know, I'm not going to say what is happening on that image because it is a spoiler. So I'll just leave it at that. Speaking of Attack on Titan, Colored Edition, Volume 2. And Embrace Your Size. It's just one. My Own Body Positivity from Hara. Cool.
I also got that from Yen Press. So
nice. Magia Record Puella. I hate saying this name. I always get it wrong. Magia Record Puella, Magi, Madoka, Magica, Thingamajig. Side Story, Volume 5. You know what it is. It's a spinoff from Madoka Magica.
And the Pet Detective Agency finally out. That one's been delayed like 3 times or something.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I'm tired of talking about it in my videos.
Finally, you should clip one of your earlier talks about that and just insert it into the.
It's me with like shorter hair.
Yeah,
The first time that I talked about it, it's just
you can fade in and say like 3 months later or something like that, and then come back to it.
Pet Detective Agencies.
It's finally coming out, supposedly. Oh no, it is in stock, so it's out. Cool. All right.
No more guessing.
Colorless.
Let me know in the 29th. Let me know.
Not yet. Still on the 22nd. Colorless, Volume 2, and Vampires, Volume 2.
Vampires, the first one was pretty fun. Both of those are pretty good first volumes, actually. Both of them were fun.
Pleasure and Corruption, Volume 6. And this one, I kind of want to check it out. Seems cool. So What's Wrong with Getting Reborn as a Goblin, Volume 1. I want to read that.
Got that JoJo's one from the Yen Press, so I'll let you know how that is.
Goblin?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 5, Golden Wind, Volume 6, hardcover. And Thunderbolt Fantasy Omnibus, Volume 1. So it's based off the puppet thing. Puppet show. Yeah. The Titan's Bride, Volume 1. And Hirano and Kagiura, Volume 1.
Are we still on the 22nd?
Yes, sir. It's a long week. Dachi and Shimamura. Why do I know this?
What was the other one called? The boys on the cover?
Hirano and Kagiura. Every day is a happy day.
I got that one too. They sent me that. Yen Press sent me all their volume 1s. So nice. I have a lot of those.
Adachi and Shimamura, Volume 4, and Bofuri. I Don't Want to Get Hurt, so I'll max out my defense, Volume 5. This one's pretty wholesome. They're playing a video game, so it's not an isekai. They're literally going into the game, and it's just them having fun. The main character has a friggin' shield. Blackguard, Volume 5. And Breasts Are My Favorite Things in the World, Volume 6. Wow. Catch These Hands, Volume 3. And A Certain Magical Index, Volume 26.
What about an insert in magical index?
Yeah. The Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess, Volume 6, and The Demon Sword Master of Excalibur Academy, Volume 1. The Devil is a Part-Timer, Volume 19, and The Gay Who Turned Kaiju. This is finally coming out. I've talked about this many times on this show. Cool. The Girl I Saved on the Train Turned Out to Be My Childhood Friend, Volume 2. And The Maid I Hired Recently is Mysterious, Volume 4. It's cute, it's silly, but it has the weakest premise I've seen in a maid manga. Literally, the main mystery, why she's so mysterious, you can solve that in one chapter, and that's it. But they keep prolonging it. And I think you get to know the secret like in Volume 3 or 4, something like that. Mieruko-chan, Volume 6. And this is a series I do want to check out just for the hell of it. Seems like mindless fun. Murcielago, Volume 20. But it's constantly out of print. Zombie Makeout Club Death Wish, Volume 1 from Ablaze. And Shadow's House, Volume 2. We're still on the 22nd. Slasher Maidens, Volume 6. And again, just like with Berserk, if you go to In-Stock Trades, you could have gotten this already. Blade of the Immortal, Deluxe Edition, Volume 7.
Like a month ago, actually.
Yeah. Touring After the Apocalypse. I think this is the book I used on when we did the fake manga, real manga. I think I read this to Jess to see if I would stump him. Why Reliana Ended Up at the Duke's Mansion, graphic novel, Volume 2, in color. Goblin Slayer's Side Story, Year 1, Volume 8. I Think Our Son is Gay, Volume 4. Ragna Crimson, Volume 7, and Beauty and the Feast, Volume 5. That's a weird-looking lady. I think it's the eyes. I don't know. The Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crust, Volume 9. And this the final one for Urusei Yatsura?
One more after this. 17 is it.
So 17 will be the final one.
We're almost done.
Yeah. I was just watching the latest episode of the what year is this? 2022 reboot. It's so much fun. I love the new anime for it.
I just got all the movies, like the 6 movies. Because I figured, well, the anime hasn't been, but Discotech is working on releasing the anime.
Yeah, they got the license for the show too.
They have the movies out already, and I figured that would be fun to watch those movies as a supplement to the series itself.
Yakuza Fiance. I'm gonna butcher this. Get ready. Yakuza Fiance. Rise wa Taninga Lee, or however you say that, Volume 1, and Tokyo Revengers Omnibus Volume 3.
That one is ending or just ended. Is ending next week or something, or this week.
Yeah. And it's getting a new
season
next January, I think. The Christmas Showdown.
It should be 30, I believe, 30 total volumes, maybe 31 or so. So it'll be 15 of these 2-in-1s, which means they should get it done within the next 2 to 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't terrible.
We're still on the 22nd.
22nd. Jesus Christ.
Wow. move on to this. You like me? You like me? Not my daughter? What the hell is happening in this one? Volume 1. And Overlord, Volume 16. The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic, Volume 1. And When Will Ayumu Make His Move, Volume 8. UQ Holder, Volume 27. And the first Fire Force Omnibus is coming out as well.
We're still on the third week.
Yep.
Wait, no, fourth week.
Still the 22nd.
It's
The
a
Witcher. It's
the second, 9th, 15th, 22nd. So we're on the fourth week, but
yeah.
The 29th is the fifth week.
The Witcher Ronin manga. Keep Your Hands Off Azuken, Volume 4.
The Witcher is pretty neat, and that's the CD Projekt Red sent me the hardcover version like early this year, and that's
your avatar.
My avatar.
Yep.
On my socials and stuff is from one of the artists that did that. They sent me that.
I want to think you are part of that universe.
I'm a Witcher now.
Yeah, I think you're one of the background characters in that manga.
That's really cool. Like I had a good time. I have like zero exposure to The Witcher, if I'm being honest, like the show, games, novels, anything.
Yeah.
But that was fun. I didn't need exposure to it, and it was a lot of fun to read it.
I've only played the one of the games, the really popular one. I think it was the third one. Noise hardcover finally coming out, the reprint. And oh look, we got an image of the box set. That's cool. We usually get the stock image. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro box set. Cool. I like the spines that are different color. That's neat.
Still in the 22nd.
Yeah. Serious Twin Stars from Tokyo Pop. And The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, Volume 4. You're still grabbing that, right?
Yeah, I read Volume 3 like last night or something.
Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games, Volume 4. I like that cover. That's cute. And Edo Ninja Scroll, Volume 4. Speaking of cute, hey now. Seaside Stranger, Volume 5. And Call Girl in Another World, Volume 5. Pretty much know what that's about. If you're lonely, you call her, and she'll talk to you.
If you're lonely in another world.
Yeah. Citrus Plus, Volume 4. And Dungeon Builder, The Demon King's Labyrinth is a Modern City. The Ideal Sponger Life, Volume 12. And Crossplay Love, Otaku X Punk, Volume 2. Talked about that last month.
I still haven't read the first volume, but I will read it before the second volume so I can say stuff. But I have a friend who's really, really big on BL, and I sent her a picture of like a few recent BL releases that I'd picked up, like that one and Monotone Blue, and she was like, "Oh, you're picking up all the good ones."
Nice. I thought you were gonna do the really, 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 really.
Oh,
never mind.
I have a friend who's like really, 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 really,
really into BL manga. Next up, Spriggan, Volume 2, Deluxe Edition.
One of them big boys.
Yeah. And The Dungeon of Black Company, Volume 8. Saw the anime for it, and it was pretty funny. Nothing too groundbreaking, but it was funny. And that's got a lot of cleavage happening there. Even Though We're Adults, Volume 5. And Drifting Dragons, Volume 11. Oh, we're finally on the last week, by the way. I thought we were we're gonna be stuck here all night talking about the 22nd.
I thought there was just not any releases on the 29th, and it was just gonna go straight into December. Like 5 weeks for comics, like it's always just like an annual or something.
Legend of Korra: Patterns in Time. I did not know that was a manga. Okay. Saint Seiya, Saintia Show, Volume 15.
I believe 16 is the final volume of that. So
Nice.
we're almost there.
Oh, look at that. Rent a Girlfriend, Volume 15. I'll be getting that. And Soul Eater, the Perfect Edition, Volume 9, hardcover.
With Frank N. Stein on the cover, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, I know my stuff. That guy that commented, he's wrong. I read my book.
You do read their stuff. Yay.
It's just I read volume 8 the other day, actually, because I'd had it in my stack for a minute.
Seaside Stranger got pushed to the first week of December, according to my BNN pre-order. Okay. Where was I? Slime. Reincarnated as a Slime, Season 1, Part 2. Are you collecting Slime manga or not yet?
Not yet. I can.
Are you gonna? Do you want the box set, or do you think you want to get the regular editions?
Well, now that they're doing, oh, that's something to mention. They're doing free shipping on box sets now.
Finally,
So now that they're doing that, I might get the box sets.
I do recommend Slime. Out of all the box sets that we showed on this episode, I love Slime. Phantom of the Idol, Volume 3. Wistoria, Wand and Sword, Volume 1. And Parasite, the Full Color Collection, Volume 1, hardcover. This is interesting because I like that it's a hardcover. That's awesome, but I kind of don't like the colored edition for Parasite.
Hey, all I want to say is they should have gotten that out in time for Halloween. There was
definitely.
so many horror manga that came out throughout October. Like I could have made an entire video of just horror manga that released in the month of October, and but they missed the mark on this one, and they're releasing it at the end of November.
Because we all know that Parasite is Christmas manga.
It's totally a Thanksgiving, Christmas season type thing. When I open my volume of Parasite, I immediately think Mariah Carey. All I want for Christmas is Parasite in color.
Yeah. I get the feeling that Nobukuni-san likes me. And Creature Girls, a hands-on field journal in another world, Volume 6. Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time, Volume 9. And Classmates, Volume 6.
I like the cover. It's just very simple.
For Peter Grill?
No, the Classmates. That's like the opposite of simple. The Peter Grill.
I know. I did watch the Peter Grill anime, and it was horrible. I hated it, so I don't recommend the manga either. But Classmates, yeah, it looks pretty cool. Ari Fureta, From Commonplace to World's Strongest, Volume 9. And another Blue Period, Volume 11.
I'd say I'm pretty sure that's going to get delayed, but we did get 2 volumes of Orient.
Yeah.
So,
In the Clear Moonlit Dusk, Volume 1, and Peach Boy Riverside, again from Kokyo Senja. Kokyo Senja had an amazing year because Peach Boy Riverside, Miss Kobayashi, and the Ida-ten Deities, all 3 got anime adaptations at the same running pretty much at the same time. That was pretty wild. And out of the 3, I would recommend Miss Kobayashi. The rest, they're okay. Skip and Loafer, Volume 6. And His Majesty the Demon King's Housekeeper, Volume 2. Saint Seiya, Saintia Show, Volume 16. So this should be the finale.
Yeah, I believe that's the final one. But I'm almost 100% confident that's going to get delayed because 15 was delayed to this month from a previous month.
Hey, Cleo Brown, my man. Yes. In the Clear Moonlit Dusk. Nice. We're also getting Reborn as a space mercenary. I woke up piloting the strongest starship, Volume 4.
It's a different kind of isekai.
Yeah. I do like that it's in space. Typically, Isekai is like
Fantasy.
JRPG themed or something like that in another world, medieval times. Hello, Melancholic, Volume 3. And I'm a wolf, but my boss is a sheep, Volume 2.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
This manga is almost turning into Beastars. Like it's in transition. And that's the last one. We were supposed to get Berserk, but it got delayed for next month.
But I would be willing to bet that it does come out on IST in November.
I'm pretty sure it will.
And speaking of IST,
Excellently done. Where's the banner? Here it is. InStockTrades.com is your home for all things collected editions, where you can get your omnibus, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, and all the manga that we talked about on tonight's episode. You can find it at InStock Trades when they drop great deals up to 50% off. If you make an order of $50 or more, you get free shipping, fantastic customer service, wonderful packaging. That's InStockTrades.com, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. Check it out, guys. We truly love IST, and we thank them time and time again for sponsoring Omnibros. So that is that. Yeah, that's that.
that is that.
I know it's a lot, but I'm pretty sure you're going to get a bunch of the books mentioned on this previews.
Oh yeah, I had so many that I put in my, because I every month I go through towards the beginning of the month and I look at the list of everything that's coming out and move it all to my cart, and then I move it from my cart to my like buy later or whatever. And you can only have up to 50 items in your cart at a time, and I almost filled it twice.
Wow.
I've never, like, that. It is by and far the largest month. Now, delays happen all the time, so there's a good chance that a lot of the stuff that I moved into my cart is going to be pushed back anyway.
Sometimes when I see that, I'm happy. I'm like, oh, okay, you're moving on to
yeah, totally. I'll be like looking at it and I'm like, because I check in the morning and I check in the evening every day. I log into my right stuff and I check my stuff, and everything I look, and if it's like available, I move it into my cart, and if it gets pushed back, I delete it, and then I bring it back in the next time when it's available.
Yeah.
And then like I wait, because I've learned because I've done it before, where in the morning I'll like see like, oh, there's like 5 items and I'm like $10 away from free shipping, so I throw in something else. And that's why like I started picking up a bunch of like light novels basically and art books, is because I started using them as filler.
Mm.
And then I come back later, and like literally in the evening of the same day, like there's another like 5 items available. I'm like, god dang it. So I've learned. Now I wait. I put my stuff in the cart, and then I wait until the evening, and I do it again, because usually
They'll update.
There may be a few more things.
Yeah.
There's not new stuff until a few days later at the very least.
Speaking of coming back, a bunch of stuff is coming back into stock and in print.
Yes.
Like freaking Black Lagoon. Just it came out volume 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So those 6 have been out of print for ages, and they all came back pretty much simultaneously, and that's fantastic. But they came out when I'm not gonna buy anything right now at the moment. I'm like, damn it. And I think some of them are already out of stock because people jumped on it and started buying. But yeah, it's all right. Eventually, I'll get them.
A lot of Nana finally came back.
Yeah. And even some Vagabond too. I saw that on my wish list.
I am now 5 volumes away from completing Nana, which is wild.
That's awesome. Oh, Banana Fish and Yona, sons of bitches.
People ask me all the time. People ask me all the time where I get all kinds of stuff, but Banana Fish for some reason is a really popular one that people are like, where did you get that? How did you get that? And I'm like, I got it as soon as they reprinted it, like 4 or 5 years ago. You probably remember that too. Like it was just randomly there. All of a sudden, the whole series was available at once.
Oh
And
yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna jump on this because I don't know how long it will last.
A couple comments here. Should I get into slime by manga or anime? I know there's light novels, but not into LNs. I started watching the anime for it, and then I got the manga because I wanted to move ahead of the anime at the time, season one. I would say if you have any subscriptions to like Crunchyroll and stuff, you can watch it there. It's pretty good. I love the show. It's a lot of fun with great art and great characters. But the manga has some really nice art. I love the art on that one. I always recommend checking out the shows. And then if you really love it, get the manga.
The so light novels first, yeah. For Slime, light novel was the original.
Yeah. Light novels, then manga, then anime.
Okay, so manga next. So would you say like the anime is based on the manga adaptation?
The anime is based on the light novel.
Or both of them are separately based on the light novel?
Yes. Let me check the dates real quick, just to be sure before I commit to answering that. The time I got reincarnated as a slime came out in 2003. And then the manga. Oh, wait. The light novel came out in 2014. The manga 2015. And the anime 2018. Wow,
Okay.
2018.
And is it still running? Everything?
The light novel is still going, 20 volumes in. The manga still going, 21 volumes in. The spin-offs, I think they're all still ongoing. And the anime had 2 seasons, a bunch of OVAs, and there's a movie coming out soon to theaters in Japan.
Okay.
It's still ongoing.
I need to finally get it because I like that's like your series, and I get series that everyone recommends me, and for whatever reason, like that's the one. I've gotten other stuff that you've recommended me, but for whatever, like I picked up Flying Witch.
Flying Witch, great, yeah. And you picked up Sleepy Princess.
You recommended the anime. Oh yeah, Sleepy Princess as well. You recommend the Flying Princess anime or whatever Flying Witch anime.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm buying too many anime. I'll just get the manga, which is like way more expensive than buying the season of the anime. So whatever. Yeah. I was buying because it was like my cart from like a sale on
Sentai.
On Sentai, and I was like adding them all in there, and like Gio's helping me and saying like what I should grab and what I should skip and all that. And so like I added everything, and I was like, oof, that's a hefty total. So I moved some stuff out, and I was like, well, Flying Witch is based on a manga, right? I'll just get the manga instead. And there's a lot of money spent that on the manga more so than on the, but whatever. I stick to my anime manga original guns mostly.
Yeah. What was this about? They had that little free floppy they gave out on Halloween weekend for the Parasite manga. What's that about?
Who Kodansha? Did they send out like, because a lot of the publishers have like free preview stuff.
If they did an actual floppy disk, that would have been amazing. I would have gotten it.
A magazine format floppy. Yeah. Like what you on like Free Comic Book Day, Viz Media and Kodansha put those out every year.
Oh, right. The stores do the Halloween thing for Diamond, and yeah. For some reason, I didn't think about floppies. I thought of floppy disks, which would have been cool.
Gio is of one mind.
Yes, I'm old.
Technology.
Hey, excuse me, Tasty Melon, you guys did good today. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Baz Read Books, thank you for the coverage today. Thank you for watching. I've seen a ton of people getting various Shoujo Beat reprints in Banana Fish, Nana, and Yona. Oh my gosh. They reprinted it for the anime, it being Banana Fish.
Yeah.
Kodansha sent out a little free preview of a floppy comic. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's going to be it. We've been going on for a while. Thanks to November 22nd, that bastard.
Jesus, dude. Yeah, like on my list of all the like new number ones and stuff,
Yeah.
I think there's as many releases on the 22nd as there are on pretty much all the other weeks combined.
Damn. That's going to be fun. Um,
Luckily, it's a lot. It seems a lot of isekai.
that's okay. Everybody can skip most of them.
Exactly. It's also
So,
that had
yeah.
all of the Denpa releases in one place,
Mhm.
so those probably will get pushed off.
Well, what won't get pushed off is. No, I'm kidding. I already did the sponsor plug. But thanks to InStock Trades once again for sponsoring the show. Thank you to the chat. You guys are lovely as always. We're going to be back next Monday with all the collected editions that are coming out next week for comics and all that stuff. I tried to sneak in manga just for fun, just to tease Jess. So if you want to tune in for that, please do so. Then Wednesday, it's a comic book episode. And then Thursday, we're going to do another manga episode. So that's on the agenda. Hope you guys come back for that. Willie Dustus, where can people find you on the internet when you're not here with us?
I forgot my name is Willie Dustus. Since you said it earlier in the show, I completely forgot about it. On YouTube, of course, as the Omnibus Collector, not as Willie Dustus. Where if you have not seen it, I did finally post my. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah.
I did finally post my my tour video of my library. Currently at 5,500 volumes. I freaked out after I counted everything because I thought I was maybe at 5,000. I completely was way past that. So anyway, 5,500 volumes of manga. And despite what that one guy said, I have read the majority of that stuff. There's a decent amount I haven't, but I've read the majority of it, despite his issues that he has with it. And then I'll be putting up my video about the new releases pretty soon as well, so I can go a little bit further into describing some of the new volume ones and stuff for y'all and mention which ones I'm going to be picking up myself. I'm also on Instagram sometimes, at the Omnibus Collector, TikTok. Every few days or so, I'll post something on there. So the Omnibus Collector, and then on Twitter, where I just bullshit every day, Omni Collector. And if you follow me on Twitter, and you haven't said happy birthday to my friend Steph, I posted something of her earlier, so you can go say hello and happy birthday to Steph. She was on the show with me about a month or so ago on here.
You reminded me of something. Hold on. Before we go, real quick. Wait a minute.
Willie Dustus?
No, because I forgot to mention this last episode, so I want to do it now. We're going to be testing out a feature, if you guys are interested. It's called SpeakPipe. It's a tool that podcasters use to get voicemails from the audience. So we're going to try I'm going to try and incorporate it into all the different shows. Like, for example, we do like right now we'll announce, next week we're going to do this topic and discuss something. And if you guys want to send in your messages talking about the book or the topic at hand or whatever, you can do so. It can be with a phone or on a mic on a computer. I'm going to be working on that. And if I get it done, I'll talk more about it next week, like setting up the account and how can people record and all that stuff. So it's a way to have some feedback from you guys. Hopefully it works out. And hopefully we don't get any trolls leaving voicemails, because I will delete them. But it's going to be interesting. I hope it works out. And if you guys are interested, stay tuned for more info. So I wanted to mention that. Speak pipe. So yeah, that's about it. My channel's A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime and manga. I just put out a couple reviews and all that nonsense. So if you want to check it out and support the channel, feel free to do so. Otherwise, find me on socials and whatnot. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Stay safe. God bless. Thank you for watching. See you on the next stream.
The